Hello.
Did that work? Did that work? It did. It worked. Woohoo!
You can fight me for
Yay.
an
It
apple.
is.
And we are recording the
Hi,
sixth.
Mom.
Hello, Mom.
It's sick. What was that?
I don't know. Oh well. Well, and welcome. My name is Yuusha, and welcome to the sixth installment of the Lewdcast. 6 parts over. Is it 7 months that this has been going?
Yeah, kind of.
I guess so. No,
I think I
7,
did
8,
miss a
9 months.
month. I think I did miss a month for one of them, so I'm just gonna say it's 7 months. Bloody hell, though. It's probably the most fluent
Yeah.
I've ever been in my channel for a little while, I must admit. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, well.
Because it's a free-for-all talk.
Yeah, and there was a few less people here this time, so this time with us we've got Alpha.
How's it going?
We have Cool One.
Hello.
Oh my god, that was so quiet. Bro, your
Yeah, I
mic.
can hear that. It's either that he's being low profile because of what's going on.
And also, we have Bully with us.
You can fight me for an apple.
No pineapples.
I said apple, not pineapple.
Okay then. Alright, anyway. For this installment, we have got a few little interesting topics. I'm going to add one of my own questions in, and well, Bully, Cool One, and Alpha don't know what it is, but it's also something I did in another podcast, which I think will be an interesting topic. But moving on, let's get on to the questions, shall we, laddies?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
So, I saw one of the topics on here, which no one did come up with, was which anime or cartoon characters that are jerks or bitches you happen to like. So, characters you hate but love. Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, There's there's quite a few characters that have come about in the anime and that lot, and even in just anything, in TV shows or anything. Like one I can easily.
I think
say
I
off my
just
head,
thought of one.
Like one I can easily think of for this one. If it was TV shows, I'd say Negan from The Walking Dead. He is such a prick, and I love him for being a prick. He is such a
We all love it.
brutal prick, but he is one of my favourite baddies. And a character I kind of hate, or but I like them. I actually like them. This is going to be a bit conflicting because it's actually Plutia from Hyperdimension Neptunia.
You can say she is she's definitely my favorite one.
But do you understand where I'm going with this one? Because she is quite evil, easily so.
she
is.
But you love her for being
That
the
is why
sadistic
I'm
character
so
that she
scared.
has.
Yeah,
Spank me,
but
daddy.
No.
no,
That
I
should
was
be
daddy.
me.
but
Oh,
to me,
wait,
I
That
what?
should
don't
be me
know.
because I know I'm defenseless.
But
Oi,
But
hold
to
on a
me,
minute.
when it comes to Purple Heart, not Purple Heart, when it comes to Iris Heart, I don't know if I consider that a jerk level, but she really is
She
evil,
goes
and
way
that's what I
beyond, though.
love.
And also,
That's
she
what
can be
I
very
love about her.
selfish. She can be very selfish, especially when it comes to some bits as well, and go way overboard. Like, sometimes it's a bit too much, where it's like, no, this is just going a bit too far now.
Yeah,
That's why I kind of have to say, in fairness, to some extent, that it's kind of Plutia. It doesn't mean she's bad, it just means that she's quite a full-on...
she goes over the boundaries.
kinky guy.
yeah, she
a
goes way
kinky
above
girl.
and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can say that she is definitely in my list as my favorite characters that are jerks, kinda.
She's not one of my direct favourites, but she is a very good character.
Yeah, she is very
That's
good.
what I see. Anyway, who wants to go and say the next piece? You said you have one,
not
didn't you,
me.
Bully?
Yeah, because I think that character I relate to a lot, but it maybe hit him a bit in the second season. So Hikigaya Hachima.
Hidegaya Hachima.
Oh, from Oregairu.
Yeah, I was really
From
into
what?
like cynical.
Oh, Hachiman.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was really into like cynical characters back in the day. That was like even before puberty back then.
I actually just thought of what my original answer was gonna be as well. Hold on.
I mean, because since most of us have been to rebellious phase when we were teenagers, I think it's reasonable to like cynical characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum told me to put the washing out. I just put it on and didn't peg
Okay then.
it. Mad lads,
Wow.
boys.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Cool one.
Go on. Okay.
Well, for me, I don't really know. Since I'm just focused.
You okay?
Oh my
We're
god,
going
don't
back to the
I
same
just-
thing we went through in the second one.
God damn it, cool
Seriously,
one.
I just. Hello.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, fuck this microphone.
Yeah,
You're
he
on
needs
your
to find
phone,
it.
that's why.
Yeah, but seriously, I don't know anyone that I should hate or
No, it's
Love.
like the ones that you hate for being jerks or absolute rear ends. Like you love them for being that.
well, I don't know if he's actually a jerk, but Garo from One Punch Man season 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a
I'm not
he
quite
could
that far
he,
yet.
I mean, from our standpoint, yeah, he kind of looks like he is a jerk because he just wanted to hunt down the best class heroes as possible and be a monster for that case.
And I don't give a shit because I didn't want.
I remembered my original choice that I was gonna say because when unknown ones said about the question, I immediately put I know the answer for this already. My original answer before I forgot it was Kazumi Yuji from Fruit Grisaya. Like he is such a
Oh.
jerk. He's a big jerk, but he
I can
plays it
tell from
so
playing the visual
well.
novel. I remember.
Oh, he
I
does it
remember
so
because
well.
I play.
Funny enough, he
Yeah.
is one of my favorite main characters ever.
Yes, and also that's that thing with the main characters. That's going to be a part of the talking point that I'm going to bring about later on because I think you guys are going to be interested in this little topic as well.
Yeah, I guess so. Look forward to it.
I'm not even done with the visual novel.
Anyway, we'll get onto that in a little bit. So, everyone answered that question?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Seems so.
Nice. So, this one, Bully actually mentioned. Virtual YouTubers you watched, other than Kizuna Ai.
9. 9 for me. No,
9.
None.
None.
None for
nada.
me.
You only watch Kizuna Ai.
Zero.
You plebeians.
No, that
I-
no,
no.
because I don't think he doesn't know anything about virtual YouTubers.
You don't know
That's
virtual
what I'm
YouTubers?
thinking.
No, it's not that it's not that I'm not it's not that I don't like them or anything. It's just not for me. I mean, I know Kiss and
That's
I,
fair enough.
and most of the virtual YouTubers, they're great at their own. It's kind of cool to see, people in the virtual world talking to us viewers and all that stuff. It all looks good. It's like we are entering into another world, but overall, it's just not for me. No offense to them.
That's that's fair enough. Do you know? Damn. Okay.
Yeah. I just have them do their thing. I have nothing against them at all.
I mean,
I just let them,
it's just
I
something
just
you
let them do
just
their
can't really
stuff.
get
That's
into.
enough. You said enough already.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, same goes for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
you
goes
haven't
for
watched a
me.
lot. That's fair enough.
Nah. Yeah.
But I can tell Bully has an
I
answer
can
for it.
tell he has one well prepared.
Yeah,
Go on,
because
Yeah.
Bully.
he
I'm
watched
sure he has
tons of them.
plenty.
Well, here's the thing. I
Fucking
knew
weep.
two of my answers, and what maybe brought up this question is because I remember watching the virtual YouTuber anime, and
Uh-oh.
not sure if you remember that one.
I've heard
Oh
of it.
no.
I mean, so far I enjoyed that one, and despite the I never mind. But anywho, before I saw the anime, I already know the virtual YouTuber, but they're actually duos actually. Channel's called Himehina.
Oh, Himehina. Yeah, they're quite fun. They're a funny bunch. They are. They I think it's Hime who's extremely afraid of horror games, isn't it? And Hina just winds her up.
Yes, Tanaka Hime and Suzuki Hina.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I can actually say this as well. They're quite entertaining, even if the ones that aren't in English subtitles. Mm.
The first time I got attention to them was a cover of a vocalist song called Rocky.
Oh,
Whoa?
Raggy?
I'm not sure if you even heard Rocky.
Right?
It's it's rock in English, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, for the this one I took notes because of the anime. And I got so hooked onto them 24/7 by that one.
We done it,
And
boys.
by the way,
Bully has turned into
they are
an otaku.
Yay.
they are they are
Fucking
gaming.
weep.
Oh, they're gaming.
Okay. Yeah, they're even a group also. They're called the Game Club Project.
I've not heard of them. I've not heard
Yeah.
of them.
Well, not often that they are mostly gaming. Some of them are often comedy. Some of them are often like batsu games.
Punishment games. Nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure what else to describe them with.
I mean, I don't know how to sum them up myself because I've never heard of them. But this one was actually one that used to be around a few years ago. Unfortunately, let's just say YouTube doesn't allow that character on anymore, which is a shame because the character was funny. Ebola-chan.
Huh?
Bola-chan.
Yep, that was a character alongside one of the Vocaloid channels.
Is that in another site?
No, that's on YouTube. Just
I
the
never knew
character
what
was
disease was a
actually
waifu.
this character was actually had its own channel at one point, but then stopped making uploads because I think that the person running it struggled with YouTube's algorithm, and because it kept on screwing over their channel with like community guideline strikes, not copyright strikes, but community guideline strikes for slightly dark humor, which was actually kind of funny. And if some of you guys know what I'm on about, here's an example of one of the videos. It was like if it's the virtual YouTuber who, if a virtual YouTuber went to the world of Minecraft. That was one video that was brilliant. And there was also another one where, with this character, when they then mentioned Ebola-chan later on, where she's being taught by the teacher and keeps on making tons of sexual puns involving McDonald's.
I'm interested.
That's not even allowed in Nico Nico Doga.
It kind of
Oh,
reminds
Nico
me of
Nico
the-
Dolga is usually pretty fun as well. Like, I just remember this one video. Have you guys seen Gintama?
I've
Not
heard
for
of
me.
it,
Oh.
never watched it,
Oof.
but I do heard of it.
Same goes for me.
Alright, there's one character in there who's sounds like an angry man in that lot. He's one of the generals in that lot. He always is smoking a cigar and has a gun all the time, and he sounds like a yakuza. If you guys watching this know Gintama and know the character I'm on about, bear with me a second. The
Yeah, go
guy
ahead,
who
no problem.
voice acted that character done a vocal cover of the opening to Nichijou.
Huh?
The second one or the first one?
The first
Which
one.
Which one? What?
Oh.
Yes, I'm not kidding you. It's beautiful.
I
How?
like both of the openings.
Wow.
How?
He just done it himself. It's beautiful.
I don't even need to listen to the song to know that it is so priceless.
How the
It's just,
I
it's art. I'll tell you
Cool
what,
one
after
is
this is
just
over, this is for everyone else as well. If you want to see the video that I'm referencing as well, I'll try and see if I can link a video in my Discord, because I don't know if it would let me do it for YouTube, yada yada yada.
Cool one
And if you
legit
want
became
to
the
also
confused
join my
one at this
Discord, that's
point.
also down below. Wink, wink. Shameless advertising in the middle of the podcast. Moving on. All right.
I
So,
think we can go to the next question since seems to be pointless, but I answered it anyway.
Oof.
oh yeah, Alpha, I wanted to ask you about this question because you mentioned this
yeah.
one. Favorite anime that is under the radar from its season class. Are you on about like anime currently airing that was overshadowed by this current season, like with One Punch Man and other bits like that?
No, for one example, let's say for instance, you take one anime series that is from winter 2016. You find the anime series that is from winter 16, and you pick an anime that you really like, but it was completely overshadowed by popular animes or animes that are
Ah,
very good, arguably better than the
so
anime that you actually
underrated
like.
anime.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you can kind of say that underrated. But
Okay.
you could say underrated at the same time because it kind of it did not reach the same level of popularity or level of likingness to the anime that you actually liked.
All right, I've got my answer for this already. Then
Yeah, and I got one mine too.
go on, Alpha.
All right.
I got mine.
I think you already know this anime, and I'm just gonna say right here. Although to me it does sounds and looks like it's under the radar.
Okay.
Um,
Go
it
ahead,
is
Lee.
Jokamachi no Dandelion.
Ah, okay. I
I s-
actually do know that anime. I
I
watched the
think I
first
remember
few
you about
episodes of it, and it was kind of
mentioning that
funny.
one also.
because I swear it took me 2 years since its release to watch that anime. Um, one of the major reasons that I watch this anime is specifically because of the set of seiyus. I
Right.
like the I like the cast of the set of seiyus that they put on. I felt like it was perfect because I love the majority of them. And when I watched Jokamachi the Dandelion, it was amazing from the start to the finish. The character development for all the siblings was wonderful. Um, the comedy is really kicking in nicely, even though it's not the funniest of all.
Of
Um,
course, I'm wearing panties.
yeah, we all do. Uh,
Wow. Not just remember the nosebleed sound of.
and the best part about it so far is that it's right. All the siblings are about competing on who's gonna be the next king after their
Yeah,
dad.
after town. Yeah.
Yeah, at the town. It is not ultra competitive, but in a sense that they are some of them are willing to take that crown.
It is
And
a
what?
fairly slice of life show as well, and it's quite a
Yeah,
comedy as well.
yeah. It is a slice of life, and once they are and once they cannot take the crown, some other characters they are willing to do other jobs or uh, other things that they want to do. So that means that they have something in life other than just being a king or queen.
Right.
And to that, I really liked it. Uh, and if you check on animes that are from summer 2015, that is where Jokamachi is released. You can tell that it is kind of under the radar for me because if you see animes as Charlotte, Overlord,
Wait,
Prison
wasn't
School,
Jokomachi like 2014?
2015,
That was 2015. My bad.
summer 2015, and then you can see uh, animes like Charlotte, Overlord, Prison
Classmation
School,
class.
Yeah, it was a strong. It was a strong
Shimoneta.
month.
It was a
Period even.
strong season of 2015 of summer, and I felt like uh, and I felt like Jokomachi doesn't look or sound too special, but it holds very well.
That's, do you know what? That's fair enough. That's actually a
Yeah.
fair pick, and I would actually don't blame you for that one.
Right. Thanks.
Let me just find out the period of the one that I'm looking at as well, because I've got two possibilities, but I want to make sure I know exactly what was airing around that time as well. So let's have a look. Alright. Anybody else got their one in the meantime?
I wonder if Cool One or Bully have one.
Well, I do. It's from this season, actually.
Ooh. Oh wait, Spring
From
2019.
this season. Okay.
It's from spring 2019. The name's Robi Hachi. I bet you the
Yeah.
guys
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Oh, is that the one with
Robi
the
Hachi.
girl who wanted friends?
No,
No,
it's
like the-
Hitori Bochi. But
Hitori Bochi. My bad.
the one that I'm saying is Robi Hachi.
Did I watch that one? I don't know.
Long story short, is a sci-fi adventure series. And if you watch Cowboy Bebop, it does have some little to some vibe to it.
Yeah, especially some comedic scenes are really good in my opinion.
And the music kicks ass.
Yeah, the music, the fucking ending song is just. You know what? I dance in the shower with that song.
Nice.
I could tell once you listen to that ending, you can feel that Michael Jackson vibe, and you just can't help but dance to it.
I know. It
Good luck holding your balls in that one.
I mean, you're not wrong. I've actually got two really good
Ooh.
examples.
Wait, when you said Michael Jackson died, sort of something.
Yeah.
You know how Michael Jackson laughs?
No. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's
You
how-
sound like him.
What? No, I do not. No, I've never heard a child.
What? What? What?
What?
No,
Nani?
I am not the reincarnation of Michael Jackson.
Oh no.
How
You're
dare
lying.
you?
You're lying.
How am I lying?
You're
Is he
clearly
back from the
lying.
dead?
Guys, get back to the topic.
Listen here, you motherfuckers.
Okay. What was your first anime that's considered under the radar from a period?
Right. My first one, and this is one I praise to high hell. I don't care what anybody says. This is one of my top 10. And
Alright, I'm gonna
always
search
will
it.
be. It was animated by Madhouse. It's Rainbow. Nisha Dokubo no Shichinin. So, Rainbow, the prisoners of cell block 26.
Ooh.
Any of you know that one?
No, actually.
No,
Alright, this is
it's pretty
also,
under the
as well,
radar.
around 2 years ago from now, probably 3 years ago now, I actually made a list of top 10 or 15 underrated anime. And this one was my number one. I could not praise it any more than I have done before. And it is an anime that aired in spring 2010. And mind you, this anime came out the same time as Arakawa Under the Bridge, Working Season 2, Bigata HK, Angel Beats, Kaichowa Maid Summer, and Keion,
Yes.
as well as Kiss Sis.
And
by the way, I
Ichiban
mean
Mushiro
with-
no Daimon.
Yep. And also Keion Season 2 I meant as well.
Yeah.
So, it got quite easily overshadowed, as well as Yojo Hanshinwa Taike, which is the Tatami Mat Galaxy, which is not the other one that I was going to talk about, but I can't really say much else about it because I've not seen the rest of the anime, which I need to. But my second one... Ooh, actually, no. Shall I talk a bit about Rainbow?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so the background is actually also historical. It's a historical drama anime, and it circles around these 7 prisoners who are all within cell blocks 26 in Japan, 1955, and it's about how these men escape from the prison that they're in, as well as rebuild their lives after committing the sins that they've committed to get into prison. So it's literally a whole personal journey through all of the main characters, and all of them have amazing character development, strong backgrounds. It's amazing. I cannot praise it any more than I have done. Like, if the only modern thing I can compare this to the most would be Wentworth Prison. Because with that one, it's like all female prisoners and yada yada yada. That's another show. This one is all male prisoners in the past, where the law enforcement was way more looser, so they can do way more shit. And this prison that they're in is jacked to all hell. It is arguably one of the most disgusting prison depictions I've ever seen, and it does it so well. So if you like historical and you like drama, this one's for you. Don't let the historical bit get to you. It is a thrilling watch. Like, I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, I mean, just based on the synopsis of the anime, I can already tell that it was really good. It's just too bad that animes like that are just overshadowed by the likes of animes that are big names or just popular in general.
It
But
just happens. It's just the way it
yeah,
is, really,
it just
isn't it?
yeah, it really is the way it is. But at the end of the day, we can always find hidden gems.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the last one I was going to mention was it's a little bit more well known than the last one, but I think it will clarify as a fine addition anyway. Ore Monogatari, My Love Story, with 2 exclamation marks. Also was animated by Madhouse, and it comes along with the laddest of lads, Takio Gorda, as the main character.
Yep, he looks so laddie, alright.
Honestly, the main character, when I first saw the image for this anime, I thought, is this actually going to be alright? Because I looked at the image and I was like, what the hell is this? But then I actually gave it a chance. It is a shoujo anime, and it's probably one of the funniest rom-coms I've ever seen. Arguably one of the best rom-coms I've ever watched in my entire life, even. It's just the relationship is so wholesome, the characters are done so well, it's just innocent, and I love it for it.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this one to you guys before, if I remember, haven't I?
It's okay if you can mention it again.
Well, there's not much to say other than to sum it up in less than 50 words. Takio Gorda, 16 years old, has no self-esteem, saves a girl on a train, falls in love with her, she falls in love with him for it. He doesn't feel like he's attractive enough, feels a bit insecure, and then the relationship builds up after she gets his contact info. That's literally how it starts off. And it then goes into a fairly surprising amount of developments. It's very surprising how it goes around strengthening these two relationships. Sometimes it's a bit extreme, some of the things that happen.
Come on, are you
There we
okay?
go. Are you dropping your phone, boy?
I'm right next to my fan.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
It's hot.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention as well that the anime that kind of overshadowed this one, it was very fruitful because it was spring 2015.
There's a bunch of animes that is overshadowing that anime, I swear.
Food Wars started airing then. Danmachi, Owari no
Yeah, I
Serafu,
saw that.
Kekkai Sensen, Yahare Ore no Seishun Love Comedy wa Machikatteiru Zoku.
Yeah,
And I think the 3rd season of that is going to air as well soon. Plastic Memories, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works Season 2, and Yamada-kun and the Seven
Isekoi.
Witches. Yes! And High School DD Born. Like, that's a hell of a...
Even Isekoi, I think.
That's a hell of a section to come up against.
Yeah.
Considering
and also
what came out of it.
Diamond no Ace.
God?
That's a surprise. No, that's a surprise. I didn't even know Diamond no Ace second season is also in spring 2015.
It's usually spring that comes out as the kickstart for the year, really, for anime. It starts the next year. So it makes sense they try and put some of the best ones they can right out off the bat at the beginning of the year. And usually they do Christmas tie-ins in the winter anime to tie it in rather nicely if they can. It sometimes gets a little tricky, but hey ho, hey ho. But anyway, those are my two choices. I've warbled on for way too long.
Yep.
Yep, you did.
Next person.
Yep. Bully is next.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
this one I searched really long time for this one actually, and that really defines it under the radar. Um, Tegami Bachi.
Hibachi.
Tegami Bachi.
Oh, Tegami Bachi. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I remember seeing this on television when I was in the Philippines, and by God, I tried so hard to search that on the internet. So far, no results until like I forgot which year was it.
Oh.
And I'm still not done with the second season.
I mean, is it a big series, if I remember?
I mean, I talked to my friend
Tegami.
about it. He even said it's under the radar.
This is one I've... Wait, is this the one with the letters that tell people how they die or something like that? I think I've... Oh!
Not all of it.
I actually have seen one episode of this. That was a long time ago, though. Wow.
Yeah, that was in fall 2009.
Yeah, so... Bully out here were the oldest on the list.
Yeah.
But this is one that I do remember watching one episode of, and I never continued it. But yeah, it does have two seasons as well. It seems alright as well.
Yeah, I'm still not done with the second season.
But it's good, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The sequel is Tegami Bachi Reverse.
Yeah.
By the looks of it.
I remember hearing the second opening of that though.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was.
Okay then. Wow. It actually aired the next year after that, so it actually was popular enough to do it. God damn.
Yeah.
Alright then, have we got any more to add to this?
I think that's...
That would be long enough, so I don't want to go more.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, antagonists in movies that you really like. Isn't this kind of similar to our earlier question of jerks, but going a bit further?
I'm not sure if that character classifies as villain.
Well, antagonists don't have to be the main villain. They're kind of people who are against the main lead, really, aren't they?
That is the one I'm concerned with because if I had to say right off the bat, Girl Sutcliffe.
I mean, I don't know why. I just remembered something that actually made me laugh. You guys will probably know nothing about a man called Jerry Anderson, but he was a guy who made puppet shows. And he was the guy who made Thunderbirds, as well as many other different puppet shows in the past. And one of them, I actually loved the antagonists in this one because they were kind of like alien species. And it's from Captain Scarlet and the Mysterians. The Mysterians themselves, they are cool. They are wicked. They don't care who you are. If you cross them, they're not afraid to combat you. They actually take over people's minds and make them fight against the world government, officials, and other people if you dare attack them. They don't care. Like, if you don't touch them, they don't give a shit. Like, they do not care. It's just a simple concept, but for the time, I think that was made back in the 1960s. So considering it's that old, and it worked quite simply but very effectively to how it then introduced how they behaved into the characters that were in the series, and took over their minds, and played the actual people so well, kind of astounded me. It was very, very clever, and I actually ended up jaw-dropped. By the way, I didn't actually watch this until like a month and a half ago. So this is relatively new. I know it's. Is it cheating because it's not a film? Is it? I probably should have thought of
Yeah.
that. Shit. Right.
Yeah, movies.
Shit. Damn.
Oh, movies. Oh, darn.
Oh my
Oof.
God, what took you too much time to think?
Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this blooper.
Wow.
Oh my God, come on.
Talk about an outtake. My God.
Just kidding. I'm leaving that
We're
one
more
in.
focused. We're more focused towards anime that we didn't think.
Now, if I had to pick one, it should be based on my personal liking, not because of how they do as an antagonist, because I never cared much how they delivered.
So, could you say this is just a tad bit familiar to the characters you love to hate sort of thing?
No, not that I love to hate, but you know, at some point, some antagonists, I just didn't care to hate nor to love, but for some reason I kind of like the way how they do what they had to do.
Straight up
Fair
there.
enough. I've actually got a legitimate one this time. The film's not out yet, but it technically counts as a film because it's currently in production and will be out later this year. But from the trailer, I love this villain. And it's actually a DC animated movie. And the villain's name is Hush. Holy bollocks. You thought the Joker would get to Batman more than anyone. This guy is a full-on stalker. And not only that, he knows how to play with people's minds once he sets a target. And he eats them away little by little by little. And I think it even goes into Bruce Wayne's actual personal life. Like, Hush knows exactly who he is. So, you get this twisted sense of this person is tearing you apart from the people he knows and loves and tormenting them to make him weaker. Like, he's a prick, but he is evil enough to do it just right. That I think, do you know what? This guy is going to be awesome as an antagonist. There we go. No
Yeah.
outtakes here, people. Don't worry.
Damn.
I could not even think of one despite his movies.
It's fine if you can't answer it. That's fine enough. It's
No,
just a... For movies, there's quite a lot of them, and everyone's seen different movies here and there. Like, whether it be foreign cinema or cinema that's made in your own country, there's loads. I mean, I've been getting into old cinema recently as well. And some of it just... Some of it sucks, but some of it's very good.
So who's next?
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, I answered mine. It's actually Darth Vader.
Hey!
Oh.
Wow, that is so simple that it works.
So, wow. From a
Nice.
silent to a simple
I mean,
statement.
that's a very, very nice one. I
Yeah,
have
that is
no
a very
qualms
nice
about
one.
that. I have no qualms.
Definitely not.
I love this character ever since I was a kid. I mean, I've supported Star Wars ever since I was young. Well, up until now, I hate the last movie, but anyway.
Oh, you
Darth
mean
Vader.
Episode 8?
Yeah,
We don't consider that part of the Star Wars universe.
yeah, fuck that.
Talking
But-
simulator. But if you guys, if anybody gets triggered by that in the comments, we just didn't like it by the sounds of it. And if you did, that's great. We just couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it's just meh.
Yeah, it was below meh for me. Oof.
This is just, yeah, you know.
Did you just seriously...
No, that's just the noise from his mouth. Come on now.
Are you sure?
I need to make sure.
I did not fart. I never.
I'm not there. I can't tell.
I rarely fart in my life.
Bullshit, mate. That's part of your bodily functions.
But in all,
I never
in all
fart,
honesty,
but when I do...
Oh man.
I rarely fart.
Toilet humor! Where's my toilet to flush? Alright, everyone F to flush. F to flush.
Oh shit! My toilet don't have a
cannot do
flush.
Yeah,
I
nobody's
have to do it
flushing toilets
myself.
this time. Ow! So, we have Darth Vader. And we also have Hush. And... Bully and Alpha.
No, I'm gonna pick another simple one.
That's
It's
fair
not
enough.
too special.
Doesn't have to
The
be. It's anyone you kind of like or anything that comes to your head immediately, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. There's two that comes into mind. Both of them are from Disney, the
Oh,
Walt
okay.
Disney.
These
Um,
Good Disney.
but yeah, they're not too special. One of them was Jafar from Aladdin,
Yes,
Oh,
yes. Nice one.
Not the live action.
and this one,
Yeah.
and the other one might give a little bit of shock, but I don't think it's that much of a shocker. Shan Yu from Mulan.
Shan Yu. You mean the Khan? The Huns.
Yeah, the Huns, the leader of the Huns.
I mean, he was brutal. He didn't care who he
Yep.
was up against. He would just tear right through you.
Yeah,
What's
I
that?
mean,
What's that vibrating sound or whatever? That static. Who's having that?
I think it was cool ones. I don't
Go
know.
on.
Or
I'm also hearing it, but I don't think it's mine. I don't know.
that's probably mine.
Oh damn! It is Bully.
Oh,
Oh my god! Have some decorum,
Oh.
lad.
that's a great timing.
But anyway, yeah, good choice. Jafar is one of my favourite antagonists in all of
Yeah.
Disney, so I actually agree with that very easily.
Yeah, yeah. For Jafar, I just really like the fact that he just wanted to gain power out of a simple,
He just wants power, nothing else.
yes, yeah, just wants power from a simple object or antique, whatever you call it, and it's a lamp that,
And who would think
re
a lamp is powerful? Other than
yeah,
a sorcerer. Do you know what? I just think he's one of those, like, you know when you have the court of the wise men, I just feel like he would be like one of the top members.
yeah, it
Because
could
he
be
did
that
have a
one.
lot of wisdom. And he had
Yeah.
travelled a lot of places, so it just makes me think, is Jafar actually a hermit?
It could be.
But one thing that was surprising about him, I actually looked this up the other day and found out that Jafar has no age in the official wikis. He has no age, even though it's been referenced even by the Sultan that he's so old.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it means that.
Oh my god, that's a cool one. Holy shit, them pixels sound like you're
Yeah, I
playing...
can hear that one.
I don't know why, it just sounded like the pixels then were like run from some old Atari 8-bit game.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It did,
I
it
sound
just
like-
sounded like something blowing
It
up
sounds
in
like
8-bit.
Or it sounds
Oof.
like someone died in the 8-bit game.
Anyway, continue, Alpha.
Wow. I seriously need to buy a new head.
You need to buy a new head. God damn. I mean,
A headphone. A headphone.
your microphone cut out, my dude. Unfortunate timing, too.
Yeah. That's the funniest part, and that's the unluckiest
Ask
part
for
at the
head.
same
We're
time.
not
Which
gonna
one? Your
take that one
forehead?
out of the
That's
video,
way
right.
more hard.
Oh yeah, Bully. How about you? What is
couldn't
your
even think
favorite
of it.
attack?
What about Studio Ghibli film? If there's any from them.
See I don't remember watching Studio Ghibli honestly.
That's fair enough. Do you want to pass on this one?
I'm passing that one.
Alright, that's fine enough. Alright, let's have a look. And of course, I will cover this, and Bully, don't worry, I'm not going to talk about Vic Mignogna.
No, we're not.
We're not talking about him.
Mignon.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I'm not going to go into that one just because I want to keep
I
it
am way
simple.
more dive into this English dub community, so that's why I know.
Ah.
Yes.
But the proposal
He's a
for...
really well-known voice actor.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look at him in my spare time if I remember to. There was one about the...
He voiced Edward Elric.
Oh, Edward Elric, okay. Yeah, try it. I'll have a look. The UN proposal of banning anime. It wasn't actually banning anime technically. It was burning. It was burning. What the fuck? It was banning certain types of anime based on giving drawings rights. Is what they were going for, which I find stupid because drawings do not exist in real life. Like, people can make drawings, but they're not human. They don't have emotion. They're on a piece of paper or on a computer screen. They are not real. Why would you
The only
give...
ones who have emotions are the people who are looking at it.
Yeah, but would you draw a stick man and say, this is Bob, don't offend his feelings?
Damn.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like giving a stick man feelings. Like saying that he's real and he deserves rights. You say he's 15, so they say you just basically touched up a minor because you drew him.
Yep.
I just remember the comment chain at the time in YouTube, like when Google claimed YouTube.
Yeah, so there was 3 nations, if I remember correctly, from this, where the bill of the United Nations was rejected from US, Japan, and Austria, if I remember correctly. The United States basically said it's not real, and they should be focusing on more serious things other than drawings. Japan said, based on the fact that these also don't exist in the real world, henceforth, you're wasting your time. And then we have Austria here saying... Austria outright came from the left wing to the United Nations and said, fuck off, with their statement. That's what they basically said with their statement is,
No,
just so you know,
they know what's up.
Oh. Yes, Alpha?
No, I'm just saying it's like Austria knows what's up with those BS situation.
Well, it is a waste of time. I mean, how many times are they going to try
definitely is.
doing this in the United Nations? If they're so united, why are they trying to affect one of Japan's major corporations in the entire country?
The government is stupid.
I think it's just people being stupid without considering for a minute. Hold on a minute. Drawings aren't real. It's like the attack on games that happened a while ago. And as we can see, we won that. And now people are getting upset that, like, with E3 just gone as well, there was these soy boy men who were saying that the new Call of Duty looked too real. Whereas that was the point. I don't like Call of Duty. But the point of Call of Duty, it was supposed to be a realistic war simulation. That was the way it was done. It's like Halo. It's supposed to be a futuristic war simulation.
Exactly.
And I just think the idea of saying this now is pointless after they were the ones pushing it, saying, yeah, this is perfect. Keep it coming. This is what makes people play games. It's like when we see anime now compared to what it was in the 60s when we first saw Astro Boy. Like, being the first anime.
My.
Like, if you compare the animation to that, to then go to Lupin the Third, then to go to Gundam, then to go to the 90s era with Sailor Moon, and then to go on to now, you can see how it's grown and looks so much better. And even some of the food in animated movies now looks so much more realistic, and people love it. So, they've done literally the same thing that games have done. It's only that it's just getting so much notice now that it's becoming like, why do you care? If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Exactly.
Look for the bare necessities. I'm not going to sing because I can get copyrighted.
Nope, we shouldn't.
No,
Disney's going to come
You're
around
not
the
gonna
corner
get
and
money
say,
on this one, right?
fuck off.
they're just
You're
going
out
to knock
of
on my door and give me a cease and desist. Well, anyway. We won that battle anyway, obviously.
Yeah, we do.
It just seemed so dumb.
Yeah, definitely dumb. I don't even know what was their intent. What was their actual intention of doing it in the first place?
It was just to give rights to something that isn't
Doesn't
real or
exist,
human, which I think is dumb. So imagine your waifu pillow. Does it have Does it have rights? You've bought
No.
it.
I mean, we bought.
You can
it, I
fucking
mean,
you can jerk off to it and There's a problem with it.
Okay. I know we're the
Yep.
Lewdcast,
What?
Are
but
you
you're a fellow
doing with
man
your
of culture.
microphone?
We all are men of.
What
I
is that
mean,
scraping noise?
I don't
I
know.
was asking that all.
I thought it was just going to go away, but it's gone now. But, yeah, we won that battle, obviously, for the 5th fucking time in 5 years. I just don't get why they keep on trying. How many times do we have to do this to you, old man?
Yeah.
And now, on to our second to last question. This one was from Wifeers, who unfortunately wasn't with us this time. Well, it's just the way sometimes this happens. Everyone can be here only when they can. Woohoo! Anyway, your favourite band is doing your favourite anime opening. How bad /
shit.
good is the result?
Okay. I'm gonna go with Bully on this one because I think he might pick one of my favorite bands, so he's gonna go first.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, I didn't read the question.
No, because I don't
So
know
your
what you're
favourite
talking about.
band does your favourite anime opening. Is it good or bad?
Band from a music.
Your
Any
favourite
band.
band does an anime opening.
Like-
your favourite.
Like My Chemical Romance or
Yeah, My
or
Chemical
the
Romance
Beatles.
works.
Any band.
Any band. Like it has to be one of your. It has to be your favourite band.
My Chemical Romance would work on that one. Honestly.
I used to listen to so much My Chemical Romance years ago. Jesus.
And here I am. But
Ooh. My one. I've actually got this one because. Oh, this would be weird. Alright. One of my favourite artists of all time is David Bowie.
Oh, he's a good one.
And one of my favourite anime openings of all time. This might surprise some of you. It was actually from Death Parade.
oh,
So imagining him sing that. I can actually imagine it. And it might actually work. It might work.
you're by bad deal.
Oh, wow. That sounds weird in my head. I can't get it out of my head. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also,
What
it didn't
the
say whether it had to be in English or Japanese, by the way.
It doesn't matter.
So if he sung it in English, I'm all for it. If it was in Japanese and David Bowie sung that, I would be kind of amazed and hope that he would make it work. Alright, next.
What the hell is that scratching noise?
That one's Bully.
Fix your shit.
was it?
So that's the one who has the freaking static coming from their phone.
It might be your phone.
Yeah, I get that issue a lot actually
Oh, okay.
Fix your
on
shit.
other
bro.
servers.
Alright, I'm gonna go for my turn here.
Alright, that's fair enough, Alpha.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Oh,
Oh.
And one of
Okay.
and my favorite anime opening it is the anime that actually paved my way into liking anime as a whole. The first
Oh.
opening of Little Busters.
That would be weird.
Oh, God. I don't know
I
how I
know-
feel
So
about this.
Weird.
I don't know. I mean,
It's so strange.
It's a really
That
weird
one-
combo.
I mean,
yeah, the
after
fact
all,
that it's grunge also.
Yeah.
no, cause hear me out. I mean,
But if they'd done it in the
Kurt-
style of grunge, though.
yeah, and it's not a grunge, but Kurt, because I think Kurt at some point he loved to do some songs that can be poppy. I mean, one of the bands that inspired him to do music is Pixies, and Pixies has a some kind of poppy feeling to the music, and and I can tell the first opening of the Buses is somewhat poppy. So if Nirvana can manage to do that, I think it'll be pretty alright.
Yeah, it'd have to be a bit more rocky, though, for it to work
Yeah.
very well.
Yes, it'd have to be.
But
During a
I'm
bit
kind
a
of on the
toxic
fence with
environment.
this one. I can't tell whether it's going to be good or bad. Like, I can
Yes,
see some parts sounding great, but some other parts I'm like, no. But that's
Or
me on that
maybe,
one.
or maybe it's just Nirvana being Nirvana. So
I mean, I'm not going to make a dark joke out of this one. Alright.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
fair
stay by. I mean, as much as I like dark humor, I'm staying away from that. Alright. Next one up.
Mine probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
go
it's
on, go
my
on.
turn. Uh, my favorite band right now is Queen.
Queen. Good. Okay, that's
Yeah,
a fair
Wow.
Queen.
choice. Alright, so
And my
what?
favorite opening right now is the opening from Yuri Yuri, second season.
Just imagine him going, Yuri, Yuri, Yuri.
That's Sanhai, not the second season.
Freddie Mercury is
Oh bollocks. My bad, G.
gonna sing over the place.
I cannot imagine Freddie singing like that. I
I
can't.
I could just
I can't.
I don't.
I can
I
imagine
guarantee Freddy
Freddie
couldn't do
answering
that.
to
He would
Akarine.
be questioning. Freddy would be questioning
Oh
that thing
my
like,
Just
God.
Freddie Mercury is the special
what is
guest
going on
in.
here?
Oh god, you just made me remember something. An anime called Chromie at High School. Freddie Mercury is the character.
Huh?
Yes, in an anime called Chromie at High School. I'm not kidding you. Freddie Mercury never speaks in it. He's just there. In the anime, at random points. It's brilliant.
Oh God.
He even has the bush in his lip and everything.
Oh my God.
They probably made him look muscly and everything just because of the art style. But then again,
Yeah.
there was an anime that was done on Jesus and Buddha living together, so what more do we expect?
Yeah, I heard of that one.
Hold on a second. Yeah, yeah, I'm right.
Trying to get some of these beds made.
Alright.
Alright,
Yeah, just recording.
okay.
Alright.
Sorry, am I in your way?
That's alright. Just do a little bit. It's fine. You can say hello though.
No.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
No, but anyway, we're gonna go with Bully. Have you got your last one?
I couldn't even think.
Oh. Okay.
Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy. No. I can actually imagine him doing a few little bits. Oh no.
Oh no.
But what'd be another one? So is there another past
System
one?
of a Down. System of a Down.
System of the oh. I can imagine him doing
Uh,
WhatsApp people.
Definitely.
Like that actually
White
would
people.
be perfect for them.
Or
Oh, for God's sake.
or Setsubono Billy.
I don't know that one. I
That's the
actually don't
ending
know that
of
one.
the second ending of Death Note.
Oh, I've probably forgotten it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But another one. Shall we move on for this one?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
that
Yeah.
would take long.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
And now my last topic that I wanted to make for the final question, and I thought this would be interesting because I recently done a podcast with the Broadcast Club just last Saturday. I don't know if they put up the video just yet, but this was actually one of the main talking points that they had, and I thought you guys might find this interesting as well. So if you're interested in that Broadcast Club as well, I'll link that in the description of this video in case you guys are interested as well. Right, so the main focus that we had was basically male VN protagonists, or any VN protagonists, which I thought was an interesting topic, like visual novel.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Oh, shit.
what do we like about them, and what do we hate about them?
Wow.
Okay, I think
My
not
man
really
just
any
said they
visual-
breathe.
I couldn't.
I think Bully can
Jesus.
give a reasonable answer.
I
Fuck.
That is just making me think because there are different characters to think of.
Yeah, and that was the interesting
Because
point in
each
this one because
character
there's
is
loads.
different.
Some of them are just bland to all hell just to make them appropriate for the setting that they're in or make them relatable. Whereas you have some from other series like The Fruit of Grisaya and
Yeah.
Clannad, other characters like that. And they actually have their own personality, they're actual fun, you can enjoy them. Whereas there's some that are just plain to all hell and then they just make the dumbest decisions and you're just there like, what the hell is this idiot doing?
Sakura games.
Thank you, Bully. I wasn't going to say it, but that's the one.
Yeah.
Except for Dungeon.
not
Dungeon
gonna-
was good, as well as...
I'm not gonna say which specific Sakura, but you know which one.
is all I have to say to that. I've actually mentioned that said game in that podcast as well. As a prime example of
Not to mention
bad
I actually
main character.
I did not even finish the game that I quit.
You didn't miss out on anything. You did not miss out. You
I am
survived.
just done with it.
You survived. That's all that matters. Because my suffering's up there forever. My one's up there for the world to see. But
How many likes would you want me to suffer to do this again?
I can forgive
Be
a few.
honest.
I can forgive a few VNs for having like generic characters. Really, like if it's a company just starting out, they need to get off the ground. They make interesting characters that they can get with, or an interesting story to go with it, and it progresses like that. That's fair enough. They're starting out. They're trying to make something. They're trying to get known. But if it's a company that does it very, very frequently, thank you, Sakura Games, then it does get a bit, after a point. Like, it gets bland, like tasteless.
I'm not sure if this might feel offensive because
Don't worry about that.
to me, Kasho is generic.
Who is generic? Kasho.
Kasho.
Oh, Shrine Girls. Yeah. Oh no! Wait, whoops. Oh, Nekapara. Yep. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, comments, stop. I see you typing, stop. That was a mistake.
If this was a live stream, they would start commenting.
They
real
would
fast.
literally look at me
They
with
would
their
blast
fangs
away.
at bared, ready to inject venom in me.
Definitely.
I realised my mistake and I stopped after I was corrected. I forgot about the cashew. I forgot about him. Yes, he is, isn't it? But, yeah, he is generic. Not even going to bother lying about it. He is generic.
Even if he's lucky.
But the design and the story was so simple and effective. You can literally call it trash in a way. But it was
And the
good
fact
trash.
no choices either.
But we all enjoyed it. That was why we was
Yeah.
all there. We were there to see Moe
I mean,
trash.
we didn't even focus on him. We just focused on the Negos. That's it.
That was the point of the entire first VN, and then they started giving him some depth later on, which I thought was a fair approach. Because
That
if
made
it's
me
a new
question how
thing,
the Volume 4 would go.
dog girls. There would be dog girls.
That would make Alpha happy.
You like dog girls, Alpha?
No, because I know he's into dogs.
Dirty bitch.
Because if
Come on now. I love both dogs and cats in general. But I guess you could say when it
Peter
comes
wants to know your
dogs-
location.
Oh fuck.
I wonder if I want to let out the information. But
Nah,
I'll hold
nah,
on
you
to it
don't.
for
You
now.
don't I mean, if
I'll
it's
hold
too
on to
personal,
it.
don't worry.
Yeah, maybe I might just give a code place or something, not an actual place. just a code place.
But with these characters, yeah, if it's a generic dating sim, of course everyone's going to be more interested in the girls, which is fair enough.
Yep.
But if you're doing something like Steins Gate, where you have Okabe and Intero, a mass load of a personality that no other character can have, easily. Like, very easily. He's one of the most personalized characters that I've ever seen in any game. Like, nobody can replicate his behavior. He is one of a kind. And that's why I love his character in Steins Gate. Whereas you look at Sakura Beach, and he reverts back. Can't hear it, but I'm actually gritting teeth right now.
I gave up right off the instance. Like, you can, if you watch my
I
gameplay
saw.
on YouTube, you can.
I saw.
I had enough. I was spamming the enter button.
Just to get past everything.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this. I want out of this life, man. But yeah, that was a good example of bad main character design. Even in a game that wasn't supposed to be main character driven. It was supposed to be a love interest one, and they even botched that up. But then again, I've heard that Sakura Magical Girls is just as bad. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Yippee-ki-yay. I'll be playing that when I'm out in Japan. Right.
I got that game, but I didn't even go further with it.
It's fair enough. I've got
Still
Agent
stuck in the
next after I
beginning.
finish the other ones. I'm actually going to start recording again now. Properly. After I sort out my editing software. Because it's been horrible and I've almost given up trying to make my 5th montage because of it. Like, it's crashed my computer 3 times after making everything for it. And it has been tearing me to pieces. Like, completely. To the point where I had to come away from my computer entirely just to not look at it and get pissed off. Ah, well.
Went through that with the Volume 2 compilation.
God damn it. Anyway.
That was my burden.
Your editing software actually worked better than mine. Oof.
No, like I remember that the video crashed when I started
My entire file corrupted 3 times after I got all the videos together to make the compilation.
My
And that
laptop
was through
got corrupted.
that was through a year's worth of videos that I watched to try and compile it. A year's worth of videos. And now I can't remember the video titles because of it.
Oof.
Did you at least put it in a folder to know which video is it?
Well, I know in it is going to be Dimensional Monster Girls, some Princess of Angeal, W Happiness, as well as a few extra clips from Danganronpa and some from Hyperdimension Neptunia as well.
With the weird happiness, is it with the part that got censored?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
There's definitely going to be some Nekopara in there anyway, like for extra as well as 4, I think it was.
Oh boy.
And not 4, 3. Alright, there we go, I'm better now. Anyway, Alpha, cool one. Have you got anything to say about main protagonist from VNs?
I don't know any visual novels.
What about, okay, JRPGs?
RPG?
Yeah, JRPGs.
Japanese
it's-
RPG.
Yeah.
I know a role-playing game, but not Japanese role-playing.
Well, either way, it still works. Like, is there anything that could be improved or they should cut back on for main characters in role-playing games?
By the way, a quick note, I'm a pass on this one.
That's fair enough.
Alright, there's this role-playing game that I used to play. The name's Fable. The anniversary version.
Oh, yes. 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 Fable. Alright, let's go.
The game is alright, but I just feel like there's something missing about the main character and the backstory and the background story. I just feel like something is in the game.
Did you manage to complete it?
Yes, I did all of the mission.
And all the endings?
Yeah, but I
Because,
feel like something is missing.
well, the main character doesn't really have a personality in that. And I think it was supposed to be designed that way on purpose. Because, yeah, you see that you have family, but I think it kind of worked for what Fable was going for. Because they were trying to make you this kid in the game that you were in control of. You can talk to anyone you want. You can choose your choices, whatever way you want. Whether it be kill someone, turn on your family, your teammates, yada, whatever. You could do anything, and also choose how many wives you have in an, an infinite
Yeah, that's
number
the
of
good part about
towns.
the game.
You can get
That's the good
so
part
many
about the game.
wives in that game. It's amazing. Like you end up the harem master. You just look like the Witcher. Just walking around with 20 bitches and that lot from model tiles going up to the cast like, hey.
Man, that
God
was
damn it.
But yeah, Fable was designed to be that way, and I can see what you mean. It's bland. It's flavourless. Because there's no personality there, it's just an empty shell. So I understand what you mean by that one, cool one. So, what do you think they could have done to make it a little better?
For me, I think they should have just added a little bit of personality to the main character, and that would be all right for me.
That's fair
But
enough.
other than that, everything is fine. I mean, I love the game. I've played it over and over again.
I mean, it is a load of fun. I haven't played it in years. Like, it's been a long time since I played Fable. I think the first time I played it, I was like 9 years old. No, actually, no, I was 12. I was 12 years old when I first played it. So that was a long time ago. It was fun, though. Anyway, are we all wrapped up for this one, gents?
Yep.
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 I can't wait to get back to jerking. Let's go, baby. Let's end this thing.
Any ending words?
Thank you for watching.
Oh my. Cool one. Any ending words for you want to say?
What shall we title this video?
Fuck.
Because, fuck, that's gonna be the title. Instantly age restricted.
Yeah.
Innocently age restricted. Okay, that's
We've got to
okay.
think.
That's fine.
Michael Jackson back from the dead.
Eh?
No! You choose
Yes,
Michael
please.
Jackson, reincarnate. Why? I am not Michael Jackson.
I mean,
Michael Jackson lives again.
No!
I mean, that's just an idea.
I am not Michael
pops out of my
Jackson,
head.
you bastards! Alright. Yuusha is Michael Jackson reincarnate. That's the next title. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me. And also, thankfully on this one, this is his final Lewdcast that he's going to be as a guest on with me. He said so on his Twitter as well, and I want you guys to give him a nice send-off for this one. So I want to thank you, Bully, as well for being on a number of these podcasts, as well as a few collaborations with me in the past.
Thank you.
That's alright. And also, say goodbye to Alpha.
Yeah, I just want to give a big thanks to Bully here. He's coming out doing on his own thing, able to do YouTube videos on his own, able to do everything that he wanted to do in the YouTube platform, and he's being able to meet yours truly, Yuusha Anime, and it kind of lead me to where I am right now. So without all the work that he's done in the YouTube platform, I wouldn't be in this Lewdcast today.
Wow, okay. And cool one.
Yes.
Yeah, I would thank Bully because of Bully here. You have inspired me in making videos. Yeah, you know that. I make videos. Yay.
I made
You
content
really
to
made them
thank.
know.
Yeah, but still, thank you, man. I found my goal in life because of you.
And Bully, Any final words?
Sayonara, nigga.
Oh no.
That is just.
Alright, did you hear that loud censor?
Okay.
God.
Inex- I
Anyway,
never expected inspire some people like my brother and even my cousin who are in this Lewdcast right now. So far, even my friend unknown one died, and so far even Ibarra who might be watching this video.
Oh,
And
hello, Bar. I see you.
Hello.
Hello.
I mean, I'm just trying my best to do what I could do to make myself entertained, do it the best I could, and I'm happy that this pulled off. And friend of yours.
You need tissues, mate?
I've only got
I'm just having
comrades. Do you
headache.
need some?
trying to stay awake, so
Yeah.
we cannot fight for the tears.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm just tired as hell.
Yeah, I feel you.
that's fine enough, dude. Just make sure you rest up, alright? Anyway, that does bring an end to Lewdcast episode 6. Yuusha is Michael Jackson reincarnate.
It's gonna be a thriller.
Oh, here comes the copyright
Hey,
strike.
it's gonna be copyright.
See you later, guys.
Jinx.
Bye, mom.